All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Dr. Stone, Season 4, Episode 33.
We're doing a return trip.
Chrome did it!
Yep. And
I mean, Suika and Chrome just actually pulling together the ability to persuade everybody.
Exactly.
That there's another way to do this, and it is a long shot, but why not go for it?
Let's go for it, because we've been doing all kinds of crazy long shots already, so, you know, what's another one? And yes, because it's not that they are actually creating a rocket or a part of a rocket or anything like that. It's just saying, hey, we got fresh eyes. Let's look at this.
Let's pivot.
What are things that they would be dismissing or not thinking about? You know? Cool. They found one.
Ah, it's fantastic.
You're still on a timetable because Y-Man is...
You are.
...a threat, and this is a much bigger undertaking.
But I like that they're bringing this up because it is not clear what the timetable is. Now, while that could make it seem that it's, well, yeah, that we need to move even quicker because we don't know for sure, I think in a lot of ways it's also the... Well, then we can't make any of our decisions based on time also. Because
then we'll just end up rushing.
No. Right. Like, it's more important that we get something that works.
Right.
But also, it's more important that we find a full solution to this.
And, you know, if you wanted to have something set up so that someone takes a nap, you know, on a shift underneath some self, you know, automatic releasing revival fluid, that also would be a good idea too. But, you know.
Most likely.
Yeah.
But, all right, this is probably the final stretch of actual creation of any kind of construct in the story. Because there's only so many episodes left. And this is going to take a good chunk of time to make.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is not just one. It's five. So,
Just a tad more. And also, each one has to, you know, work with the same level of precision that we've been struggling to get with the one.
So we're going to need a lot more people. I think that's going to be the first thing that they'll just solve here is the governmental issue of having that many people and everybody being united in what we need to do so that we can save the world. Yeah.
Right.
But all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. We're getting the internet, baby. Yep.
How does it work?
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, that's naturally.
What?
How the hell does that answer the question?
No. How? What does that have to...
Yeah. All right.
I'm so ready. How do you go from tea to the internet? We've got the leaves.
Okay.
We've prepared tea. Wait, really?
Huh.
No way.
Okay. Alright.
That's so sick.
Because we're gonna need to make some really precise shit.
Underwater cables? Yeah. Oh!
But there's no way.
Well, underwater cables exist in our world right now. Like, massive ones.
Across the whole ocean?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, the seas, at least.
Oh my god.
Do you not know about these? Like...
Well, I knew that there are things like that. I just didn't think it'd be across
No, they're
oceans.
big! They're huge!
Holy shit.
Oh my god, yes, okay.
Alright. Gotcha, okay.
I think I learned about this actually recently because of the Ukraine-Russia conflict.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a whole
I want to know about this.
This is real-ish. I know that for sure.
Exactly. I want to know about the ish. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's some good ish. It's crazy ish, but you know, like, it's more real than fake.
Holy shit. Now we are actually in the Civ game. It's like,
yeah.
All right, contact each leader. You know. Let's discuss a trade deal.
Ha! Yes, some of you may not have met me, but
Right.
Yes, we are disseminating this to all of you.
On the cloud, baby.
It's gonna be easy. Yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh. Uh-huh. Holy shit.
Oh my god. People can just copy it by hand without needing to transport it.
This is crazy.
Insane.
I love it. Yeah, you aren't moving. You are stuck. Yes. I was gonna say, this part will not take a short amount of time.
We will do in 2 episodes what took Space
3
Brothers
people.
100.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. I love it. Cool.
All right. Cool. That's a good reason for it to be just the characters that we know. So you're the pilot. Yeah. Yeah, it's the crew we were talking about earlier.
Oh. Ooh. Senku dumped all those, though.
Uh-huh. All right. And so it begins. Oh my god.
Right, I was gonna say.
Yep.
We can recall everybody.
That's a good point.
Yeah!
Yay!
Ooh!
Oh.
Cool. Huh.
Yeah, Tsukasa.
There's our 2 frontliners. Oh!
Okay. Oh, he looks so much like Byakuya that way.
Yeah.
The water slicking his hair back. Yeah.
Oh!
Alright. Yeah, he's still kind of drowning, but he is moving.
Oh. Sure. Uh-huh.
Actually, something they did in Space Brothers.
Yep.
Oh.
Right, there's gonna be certain things that each member will like
certain
struggle
people will be
with.
better at than others.
Yeah. We just take Tsukasa. Like at this point, like
on the moon, he would actually be like the.
oh, what does the data say? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it Kohaku? Just.
I feel like Kohaku would make a decent amount of sense. Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna bring that up as like relevant again.
Yep.
Like
Some
the
of
most
the
ridiculous
shit
thing that ever has
Kohaku's
been done.
Yep.
Ah, we need to have a conversation.
No, we need to have a duel. Yes.
That'd be so sick.
That's what it's absolutely gonna be.
It is.
Yeah. See who's strongest. Who gets to go to space? Oh, right.
Wow. Our gorilla, that's right.
Yep.
He's pitching it to take Kohaku. Whoa.
Like dozens of kilograms, yeah.
Don't take me. Wow. Kohaku
Cool.
definitely would have been my like second, maybe third pick, but
And the weight thing is a big deal. And her eyesight, like
her eyesight too. Just no, you're right. That's automatic.
awesome.
Holy-
And with a gun.
Wait.
Let's
I didn't
go.
even think about that. We're arming her with like a
Yeah.
SMG. Bro's playing with his
High on
Legos.
life. Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Right, it's for the visualization of the... Yeah. This is actually a mighty guy. Yeah,
The difference between toys and models, you know.
They have tested a lot of people that run on really accurate simulation video games that they can actually do the jobs of the... Even if they don't have the actual real experience.
Yep.
Oh. Nice.
Right.
My Outer Wilds experience coming in clutch here, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. No, he's not.
Oh, shit.
He's not the most experienced.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
But that would be another
fun.
fighter. Petrification. Right.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's see him. It's glorious. Oh!
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes!
Yeah.
Perfect.
And if you really want to be clever, you set it to a timer of like 2 hours and keep resetting it. You know? That way, if you get petrified without realizing it. Oh.
So they could do it like every 2 minutes another shot fires or something, or every 12 seconds, you know.
Sure.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Dang. That's so sick.
I love it.
Wait. Ryusui.
Really?
Oh. Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's considering something that maybe it's not meant to be his. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was gonna say too!
Yep.
Uh-huh.
He'd be great at it.
Ryusui giving up his greed, his desire
Yep.
in this way.
Because, yeah.
Wow, that's
a
character
great
development.
moment of character growth. I would say an arc, except it's more like the tempering.
All right.
Okay.
a perfect little twist to throw a wrench into things here.
Not quite the party of three that we were expecting.
Not exactly, no. And I like also that instead of it being Tsukasa as the former antagonist that's turned friend going to be going with them, Tsukasa says, no, actually, you'll save on weight.
Yep.
You'll save on not needing to bring my type of weapon up there that's way bigger.
Sure.
You'll save on probably having me just be a specialist in this area, but Kohaku's eyesight is going to allow for so many other little benefits.
Way more nimble, which is something that will probably come into play on a space mission.
Right.
Like, especially in like a spacesuit where suddenly you're like really clunky and stuff.
Like more coordination, just generally being helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also just her being a part of the almost OG crew, but even more so, just really fun. Someone who's a part of the stone world.
Yes.
Someone who's not just all being saved by people from the modern world.
Right. Someone from the stone world going up into space. Yeah.
I felt like that was something that would have been a real shame if it didn't end up being that way.
Yeah, I feel like, I want to say at one point before we were talking about it and we were like, oh, it's, Chrome's got to go to space at some point, just because he's like the...
Yeah, and I think we speculated for a little bit that if they needed to recover them at some point in the future, that it would be Chrome's mission that does that.
But really, you only need the one scientist up there. Yeah.
So now it's confirmed, basically, that Stanley will be our pilot. And yes, as far as having multifaceted skills and stuff.
Sure. And also just opening up other options, because then if you have one combat person, if something happens to them, you are shit out of luck, right? Whereas like, you can have two people like covering for each other and, you can do more maneuvers or things like that. Like,
yeah, I also think something that's really fun here, that's kind of a mirror between Stanley and Kohaku, is they both viscerally care about somebody that's going to be on the Earth. Obviously, everyone does in this world, but they're kind of also the kinds of people that would probably immediately sacrifice themselves for those people.
The other thing that I would say that Stanley has that's going to be incredibly important, even though the show hasn't gone into it too much, so I imagine the characters, like even if it was other people going, they would still be okay, but Stanley's going to have nerves.
Sure.
Because he's been through war.
Yeah,
like,
I have a very real worry now, actually, that some or all but potentially Senku, because they've been talking about, Wyman will fight back with the Medusas. And I'm like, that's a little bit of an assumption that the Medusas would actually be the thing that they fight with. Yeah. Because if you've made it up here, you've solved revival fluid.
Sure.
That's not actually the thing that would be the most dangerous. The most dangerous would be just, I serrate open your spacesuit.
Yep.
It's over.
I have automated turrets that just shoot you.
I think it's going to be even more boring. It's going to be just like, I just have something that just kicks up a storm dust thing. It's unblockable. It's just, you have to go through that in order to enter here. It could just be something where it's we need to put up some kind of a shield or barrier or something that can block it. But even still...
Yeah, the biggest obstacle will be getting into the compound, whatever it is that's up there.
Yeah.
Right. Once you're inside, theoretically, you've got some
There shouldn't be anything that could potentially block them.
The biggest issue I could see is maybe that if Y-Man is entirely robotic,
or just an AI that's
exactly
on some kind of loop or something.
No need for atmosphere or life support, like you could get into the compound and it's like, but you're still not actually safe.
We have a limited amount of time because we don't have oxygen for
and then at that point if you have weapons and things like that coming in, you still have the spacesuit problem rather than being safe from that.
Totally. I'm going with the assumption that there will be no atmosphere in Y-Man's space because Y-Man is 99% a computer.
Yep.
And thus, if that's the case, then the most dangerous thing is introducing them to the lack of atmosphere.
Right.
So you don't need to kill them with a gun, and you don't need to petrify them.
Yep.
You just need to have something that opens their spacesuit, and they can't patch it enough, and then they just slowly die.
Yeah. Although if you did petrify them, okay, think about it this way. You've got your auto, like revival wrist things and all that stuff. Okay, cool. What happens if you need to, like, adjust them or reapply them or anything like that, and you're in a spacesuit in an area with no atmosphere.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
like
Bro,
what? Someone opens up your spacesuit to revive you, but now you're revived in an open, depressurized spacesuit.
Nope.
You know, like
there's so many other problems too. Here's one of the ones that like people need to like remember is that when you become petrified, that petrification material is actual material. So it doesn't just dissolve into nothing. It's still there. So
sure.
So you're introducing solid material that's going to break up in your spacesuit.
Sure.
Where is that gonna go? Like,
oh yeah, or just the idea of like, how well does your spacesuit function when instead of a human body in there, it is a stone statue? Right? Like, okay, sure, the spacesuit can maintain its usual shape, but like, if it falls over or if it like, you know, can it support that much weight? You know,
it'd be really funny if they had basically spots where it's the like, hey, so when you need to relieve yourself, this is how it gets dispensed. But also, if you happen to have a bunch of material in there from, you know,
sure, or if you need additional revival
that
fluid,
gets put into your little shithole. You know,
yeah, like they could have probably an entire episode just on them testing out the spacesuits that they build. Of like, okay, you're in the spacesuit, you're underwater, we are going to petrify you and see what happens. Does it work as it should? You know,
like, I think that next episode we will be spacesuit testing and training all three of these people. And it will be a very emotional thing as Ryusui's like, hey, I think what's more important to me than being the one to directly experience everything is, you know, being a part of it and being instrumental in making sure that I am a part of it.
And his own conscience probably wouldn't be able to take it if it's if something goes wrong and I realize, oh shit, it really would have been great to have a second fighter or something like that, or I'm not good enough to be able to pilot this thing, and I let my own ego get in the way, and then everybody dies, right? Like, he is not that kind of person. He would not be able to do that, and so of course.
Also,
Oh, well, I was just going to say, now, I hope you told other people about this before you went to go wake up Stanley, and there are people maybe outside. But, you know.
We're not at that point in the story anymore.
Yeah, Zeno is fully on our side, so I think we're fine.
No, Stanley, if anything, will just want to smoke, and it'll be good.
Also, given that Stanley and Zeno have worked together before, I could see that being very helpful for the mission, just for, like,
communicating.
Communicating and like having that like natural synergy that is built up over time with experience, rather than like, oh right, Zeno, how does he talk? What does he mean when he does things? You know, like there's that trust and that bond already there.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well, wow. I really love the stuff that Tsukasa did and said. I love that Ryusui is basically having his own kind of version of that as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Senku is not going to do the same thing and send Chrome up there.
No, because Senku is the best choice. We just need to fix that whole can't physically do anything Senku.
Right, we can't have you blacking out in the spacesuit from the pressure. And
there's
stuff,
some...
You know?
Right. So it's just... learn how to like swim and, you know, various other things.
It is kind of a funny, maybe it's only a light thing. Again, I'm assuming at this point Y-Man is entirely a computer and all that. But it is kind of a funny thing of like, isn't this mortal coil frustrating? All we really need is your brain. It kind of feels like another tiny foreshadowing thing towards that.
We could just digitize you, you know?
Yeah, what if we just made you abandon your body and it was just the memories of the way your brain works, you know?
Senku would be down.
Senku would be like, yep.
Why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
Senku
for
would be
the
like,
space mission? Nah, I'd do that just cuz.
Senku would have an evil look in his eye and was like,
this is exhilarating.
yeah, exactly. Of like, now we're in science fiction territory.
Right.
You're like, oh, now we're in science fiction territory. Bro made like collaborative, Adobe, what have you, paint.net.
I just want to know. Like,
do you want me to just Google it right now?
Yeah, because with the cables, like, okay, you have them floating on the water. All right, cool. That way something doesn't accidentally damage them. But what about, all those ships that go across the ocean that definitely sink quite a bit beneath the surface?
Like this. So this is the current internet underwater cables map here.
Good God.
Yep. Across the Atlantic.
All right. Any going across the Pacific?
Yep. Right
Holy
here.
shit.
Through Hawaii and everything.
Oh my God.
Yep.
All right, well.
Yeah. And I only recently learned about how extensive this was because apparently that was one of the ways in which Russia was fucking around during the Ukraine conflict was they started severing other countries' underground internet cables and stuff. It's just like, oh, whoa. We don't do
There's
that.
some lines we don't cross.
That's yeah.
Don't mess with a man's internet.
I mean, it's also, aggression towards other people, not involved in the conflict.
Absolutely.
But it's the thing of like, hey, we all accept that these things are here because they need to be. Like, we all need to be able to talk to each other.
You don't unplug the hospital.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, So does that kind of blow your mind? Just the idea that that's how interconnected we are on a hardware level. Like,
right. I just like.
Isn't it cool? Though?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Because like it would be underwater because you'd have to have it like that so that way also like waves don't randomly like kick it up and cause problems or whatever, right?
Right, but also the idea that like we have explored a percentage of our ocean, but we haven't explored all of it.
Right.
Which is nuts. But also we've explored less of it than we've already explored.
Well, and
yet we have underwater cables going around that we probably regularly, upgrade, maintain, all that kind of stuff with that as well.
That's the real kicker of it for me, because getting something like that once, sure. Making sure that it will remain in good function and form and everything, because can you imagine?
That's easy.
Well, no.
Submarines have gotten so good. Like, submarines have gotten so crazy.
No, well, right, but like, you would need some kind of way to electronically scan one of those to check for damages, because otherwise you're talking about something that is thousands of miles long.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, oh shit, there was a breach somewhere,
Humanity has worked together for a long time.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it just in the context of the internet, it's been like 50 years.
Sure.
Of the internet.
Yeah.
Like think about that. Like,
no, I know.
Like
you can't run the world's internet on Wi-Fi. That's not going to call.
It's a little bit less than that. Actually, that's a good point.
Well, right, but yeah, we are in the part of the Civ game where each turn is a single year, not 50 years or whatever.
Net been global. Since the early 1980s, so about 40 years.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it is wild to think of what has happened in the last 30 years of what has been a form of global peace. Now, obviously, there are lots of conflicts happening around the world and stuff, but this is an example of...
No world wars,
Well, right. I mean, there's been lots of war, but there's not been any global there's been no conflicts that have destabilized the global economic system to a degree that society has crumbled in any way. Like
exactly. There's no crumbling. It's the waves that make it go.
Right.
Whoa, yeah. What was that?
Like there's stuff going on right now, but yes, this is what's possible when humanity collaborates.
Right. And so within that context, it's like, oh yeah, of course AI is going all crazy right now. Like,
there's all kinds of things going crazy right now. Yeah,
speed of which just technology does its thing.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense.
There are things that we are already doing as human beings that if you told someone who is relatively well informed with the internet and all that, and you said this is happening and it's actually been happening for decades. They'd be like, you are speaking magic science fiction nonsense.
Forget the whole thing of if you told someone like 300 or 400 years ago and they're like, oh, burn the witch at the stake, right? Just if you told someone 100 years ago, right? You went back to the Roaring 20s and you were like, hey, by the way,
totally,
this is a thing.
I'm talking about stuff that's happening right now. We just had a very cool, tiny example of that with you finding out about underwater cables for the internet being a thing that's been around for a long time.
Right, and that goes across the ocean and all that
goes across the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, because that's a big fucking ocean.
Now, they're not everywhere because, again, they're hard. But there's redundancy. There's like ways in which they probably have to remove one and upgrade it before they remove the other ones.
And I imagine they have like fail sensors like every 100 feet or so that way it's like, oh, it got damaged somewhere or whatever. But it happened right here.
But in some ways, it's even wilder than that. No, we've got a material inside of a plant leaf that is immune to the effects of water and electricity, meaning that it's so like impervious to any kind of conduction and or wear down from water.
Yeah.
That it's been used in things that you wouldn't even think of, but things where you're like, wait, no, that makes sense. Golf balls. That one blew my mind because I've always wondered why golf balls, when you heat them up, actually become this rubbery, spongy, like almost indestructible thing. Like, have you ever I know looked into why golf balls are so weird? Like, this was one of those ones where I never like retained it in my long-term memory.
Yeah, but no, I remember some.
But when they revealed it here, I was like, wait, that's right. Golf balls are weird. They have the strangest makeup.
And that's probably one of the coolest things about science is that it's not that we can do all this stuff because, oh, hey, we need to go to space because Wyman's going to annihilate humanity, right?
Yes.
It's the, oh, hey, when we were actually trying to do this one thing, we discovered this other thing that's really cool. Like, refrigeration was because, I forget what it was, like, what made them realize that, like, oh, hey, if you keep food cold, it lasts longer.
Oh, well, that's different than refrigeration. I think you're talking about, like preserving...
Not like how to make a refrigerator, but, like...
Oh, okay.
You know, being able to then take fresh goods across oceans and things like that.
Well, that's also different, too. Because there's the whole thing of keeping things sealed in like a vacuum, no air kind of space, like canning, for instance.
Sure, yeah.
Versus like, cold air actually makes things last longer.
Right.
Like a root cellar. Like some of that stuff's been around since forever. But freezing things or getting things to where it's like...
Yeah, having a device that could keep things frozen.
And that's what's so fun is it's always been this progressive, we've been tacking on things based on what someone else has learned and introduced or invented.
And that's where the sort of pessimistic side comes in then, because it's like, right. One, what were the motivations for some of these? Often it's war, but then also if the money is there, then things move because that makes it able to be self-sustaining easily.
Well, nowadays, especially because we're not really at a point where too much of society is...
there aren't big necessities.
Well, figuring out the survival issues, anymore. Yeah. Yep. Nowadays, we're trying to make sure that poverty isn't really a thing.
We are?
No, really. We are. Poverty levels have gotten, lower and better on an aggregate over the decades and decades side of things.
That's fantastic. I'm glad there's improvement.
No, totally. But I'm talking about, the kinds of things where our survival problems are things like health, life expectancy, child mortality rates, starvation, poverty. Solving these problems on a fundamental, large-scale level leads to then all these other things where then it becomes, like you're saying, just is the money there?
Right.
But in a lot of ways now, what's so cool is because there's so much wealth and so much surplus, people with good, hearts and intentions can actually then use vast resources
to make all kinds of
then level things out by bringing up those that are underprivileged and what have you. And it's so cool because it can feel like magic where the wave of a hand basically from someone like Senku can bring us to the internet in that.
Right.
Because his privilege is his mental capacity to be able to be like, I remember all this nonsense crazy stuff that we don't.
And kind of secondary, as a result of the mental capacity, all of these people that absolutely trust him. And so the people then that they revive and they're like, hey, we're going and we need to do this thing. This is our leader, by the way. He got us back from the Stone Age in a few years. They'll be like, oh, hell the fuck yeah. Well, all right. What do you need?
Right.
That's the sort of unspoken miracle that's kind of taking place where everybody is coordinating on this and
he's not the cool part about Senku is that he's not even necessarily the smartest guy. Actually, it's just that he he's well read and he has a perfect memory. Like,
Right.
honestly, that's memory is a sign of intelligence for sure. But like, that's kind of what's his broken sci-fi stat really is just I can remember everything.
And he knows what to pull out and for what. Yeah.
Sure. I still put that under perfect memory. Like,
exactly. A specific way to talk about why it's so important, not just the fact that the knowledge is in there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so fun then that when we as human beings collaborate, we get to reflect and humbly look at ourselves and go, I have a part to play, but I don't play every part. And there's always someone that can play this part better. So if I'm willing to actually extend a hand and go, will you help me with this?
Right.
I have something that I want to do. I've vision casted my model ship basically that this is my future. But in this
group project,
you might still not be the best at it. And if it's required that we do this all in one shot and not make any mistakes and we get the best that we can here,
then I'm not the guy.
I'm not the guy. And I feel like that's a beautiful aspect of humanity that Dr. Stone has done a good job for, despite kind of setting up a story that feels like it's not that sometimes when everyone has a stat that they're min-maxed on kind of.
Sure. Yeah.
Because then it can kind of feel like, it's okay, we just hand the world over to the superhumans who have their thing that they've specialized in.
They all know how to do it perfectly.
And we can have no other problems there whatsoever. It's like, no, that's a whole other can of worms.
This is how the story ends up being able to happen.
Right.
And then we are still going to get back to all the regular problems of modern day.
Yes, absolutely.
And yet that is still desirable over ceasing to exist as a species or continuing to live in the Stone Age where, your life expectancy is going to be 35,
Yeah. But all right, I'm so excited that we're having Stanley, who was kind of a scary character when he was introduced. Then be brought in here as perfect. Let's throw him at Y-Man. And find out we never even really needed Stanley, but if we did,
it'd be real.
He would have been perfect for this. Yeah.
Also, just as a little thing, I'm very excited for Kohaku to be in space and use her crazy, ridiculous eyes to then look back at the Earth, and that's how we can truly limit test what her vision is capable of, right? What is there's a man-made object visible from space, and then there's man-made object visible from space for Kohaku, right?
She sees twice what everybody else sees from there.
At least, yeah.
Now, there's no structures that are that big on this Earth anymore, so
probably not.
Not really much to see, other than maybe some mountain ranges.
But I don't know, maybe we'll find out.
That's possible. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. If you have any that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.